Welcome to Odyssey.com, Uganda's largest marketplace. Today we're diving deep into keeping your drone in, well, cop shape.
Huh?
We're drawing from the essentials of drone care and upkeep. So if you've got a drone or you're maybe thinking about getting one, this is basically your shortcut to avoiding headaches and, getting the most out of your investment.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, how much we rely on them for fun or for work, but maybe don't always think about the regular attention they need, just like any other piece of tech, really. It's not just the thrill of flying.
Right. It's that ongoing commitment. Okay, so let's get into the core of it. The source material really emphasizes regular maintenance. What are the absolute must-dos, the things you have to stay on top of?
Number one, absolutely, is the pre-flight battery check. Seems basic, I know, but you'd be surprised how many sudden landings come down to battery issues. You wouldn't drive off without checking your fuel, right?
Good point. Yeah.
And then propellers. Keep them clean, check for even tiny nicks or damage. It really impacts stability, efficiency.
Yeah.
And sensors, too. Dust, smudges, they can mess with obstacle avoidance, hovering, all that.
That makes sense. Just basic care like you'd give any important gadget. Now, what about firmware updates? I think lots of people just hit install without really thinking why. What's the real benefit there?
Oh, they're crucial. Think of them like tune-ups for the drone's brain. It's software. Manufacturers are always tweaking performance, sometimes adding new features, fixing little glitches you might not even know about.
So it keeps it running smoothly.
Exactly. And it can prevent problems down the line, like compatibility issues with new batteries or, other accessories. It ensures everything's working at its best.
Okay, interesting. Now here's a big one. Knowing when it's maybe time for an upgrade. What are the signs that your current drone just isn't cutting it anymore?
Well, one of the clearest signals is probably flight time. If you notice it's consistently significantly shorter than it used to be.
Right.
That could be battery wear, sure, but it could also just be that newer models are way more efficient.
And what else? Maybe your needs change.
Precisely. Your needs might have evolved. Maybe you started as a hobbyist, just flying around, but now you need, say, much better camera quality for a project.
Or professional work, yeah.
Right. Or maybe you need more advanced features like better range or specific flight modes your current one doesn't have. If the drone is holding you back, that's a sign.
Okay, so let's say you're doing the maintenance, but something still goes wrong.
Okay.
The guide talks about repairs, DIY versus calling in a professional.
Yeah.
Where's that line?
It's a good question. Simple things like swapping out a damaged propeller. Most people can handle that. Or doing those firmware updates we talked about.
Okay, the easy stuff.
Yeah, the basics.
Yeah.
But when you get into the more complex parts, the gimbal that keeps the camera steady, the camera itself, maybe the motors,
Ah, yeah.
that's really where you need professional help. Trying to fix those yourself without the right tools and knowledge, you could easily make things worse. Much worse.
So know your limits. Don't risk a bigger repair bill. And the source had a good tip for finding help, didn't it?
It did. Local drone communities are fantastic resources. Online forums, maybe Facebook groups.
Right.
You can often find experienced pilots there who might have advice, or they can recommend a reliable repair shop in your area. Share experiences. It can save a lot of guesswork.
That's really useful advice.
Yeah.
Okay, so pulling all this together, what's the big takeaway for everyone listening?
I think it really boils down to being proactive. Your drone isn't just a toy, it's a sophisticated pair of technology. A little bit of regular care, understanding its limits, knowing when to do it yourself versus getting expert help. It all adds up.
Yeah.
It maximizes the drone's lifespan, keeps it performing well, and honestly makes the whole experience more enjoyable and less stressful.
Couldn't agree more. So whether you're basically a pro pilot or just starting out, remember that bit of attention really does go a long way. Keeps your drone flying safe, keeps your footage looking great. This deep dive into drone care and upkeep hopefully give you the essentials. So maybe think about it. What's one small maintenance habit you could start today? Or what kind of upgrade might actually be on your horizon now? Something to consider as you keep flying.